Have you ever felt that sudden sting in your heart when you see someone else succeed while you're still waiting for your moment? That uncomfortable feeling that asks, why them? Why not me? We rarely admit it, but jealousy is something almost everyone experiences at some point in life. It enters quietly, but it never leaves quietly. It seeps into the heart, poisons our thoughts, and blinds us to the beauty already present in our own lives. Today, let's reflect on how jealousy slowly destroys us from within, not to judge ourselves, but to become aware, heal, and rise above it. 1. Jealousy has a way of making us lose sight of our blessings. The more we stare at what someone else has, the more we forget about everything we already have. When we look too long at another person's garden, we neglect our own. The talents, relationships, opportunities, comforts, and joys we once cherished begin to feel dull or insignificant. Jealousy blinds us to abundance and shifts our focus to what's missing instead of what's present. Gratitude and jealousy cannot live in the same heart. One will always push the other out. 2. It also steals our peace in the process. Jealousy is like a silent thief that creeps into the mind and robs us of inner calm. It doesn't just make us unhappy about someone else's life, it makes us unhappy with our own. Suddenly, we find ourselves overthinking, comparing lifestyles, replaying scenarios, checking their achievements, and feeling triggered by their success, even when it has nothing to do with us. Our minds become restless, and our hearts unsettled. Peace of mind is priceless, yet jealousy drains it drop by drop. 3. Very often, jealousy leads us into gossip, comparison, and unnecessary conversations. A jealous mind rarely stays silent. It seeks validation to justify its feelings. That validation often comes through gossip or comparison. Jealousy whispers things like, talk badly about them, it will make you feel better, or find flaws in their success, so you feel bigger. But the truth is, gossip doesn't elevate us, comparing ourselves doesn't grow us, and belittling others never improves our own lives. Acting on jealousy only pulls us further away from who we want to become. 4. Over time, jealousy damages the relationships we value the most. It doesn't just hurt the person who feels it, it spills into friendships, romantic relationships, and family bonds. Jealousy breeds insecurity, suspicion, resentment, and silent competition. A jealous partner struggles to trust. A jealous friend cannot celebrate your happiness. A jealous sibling competes instead of connects. Relationships need trust, encouragement, and support, but jealousy suffocates those qualities and replaces them with fear and doubt, eventually pushing love and closeness away. 5. One of the darkest outcomes of jealousy is that it creates unnecessary hatred. Sometimes, we start disliking someone who has never harmed us at all. They simply have something we wish we had. Jealousy builds imaginary enemies in our minds and makes us create negative stories that justify our feelings. And while hatred grows, the other person remains unaware and unaffected. This silent resentment doesn't destroy them, it destroys our own character, energy, and emotional well-being. 6. What's even more painful is how jealousy transforms admiration into bitterness. It often begins with genuine appreciation. We admire someone's talent, beauty, success, personality, or discipline. But admiration mixed with insecurity quickly turns sour. Instead of being inspired by their success, we feel threatened by it. We start to resent what we once admired. But imagine shifting the mindset to, if they can do it, maybe I can too. There is enough space in the world for everyone to shine. Admire people without resenting them. Inspiration fuels growth, while jealousy blocks it. 7. Unfortunately, jealousy also pushes people away from us. No one enjoys being around someone who constantly compares, competes, or envies others. Jealous energy is draining, and over time, people distance themselves to protect their own peace. Friends stop sharing good news because they fear your reaction. Loved ones hide their achievements to avoid tension. Colleagues and family members become guarded. And slowly, the jealous person feels abandoned, without realizing their mindset pushed others away. 8. What makes jealousy even more tragic is that the person who feels it suffers far more than the one they envy. The person you're jealous of doesn't feel your jealousy. You do. You are the one who carries the emotional weight, the insecurity, the restlessness, and the stress. They continue living their life, unaware and unaffected. Jealousy is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to suffer. It punishes the one who holds it, not the one it targets. 9. And in the end, jealousy destroys trust. Trust is the foundation of every healthy relationship, and jealousy dissolves that foundation quickly. It creates a constant sense of fear and danger, as if everything and everyone is a threat. You begin doubting intentions, assuming betrayal, and looking for reasons to be hurt until eventually you find them, even if they were never real. A jealous mind doesn't wait for proof. It creates its own.